Hey guys, good morning. This is Lynx, and I got a special thing for you today. A while back, I showed you a reading on how to read someone who was doing something specifically that maybe that you found objectionable, and we used as an example that woman uh, here in America about she's denying people marriage licenses, and she's become a big media sensation, and she's everywhere. Now, normally I wouldn't want to give an individual like this any kind of energy, but she's a good example on how to deal with something that a lot of us deal with every day. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use your dice to come up with a process to deal with individuals like that. Okay, now if you don't have these dice, that's cool. It's no problem. You could develop a way to do this with your cards or with another oracle you have, or those of you who have your regular dice. You could use use 5 of them and um, assign each die the value that I've got in the PDF in the file section. Okay, so here's the thing. If you recall, and you can go back through the videos and find it, there's this woman, and we did a reading on her and what her motivations are, why she's doing it. Because people are saying, oh, well, she wants to be in the spotlight. She doesn't want to be a martyr. I said that. She wants to be punished, right? And this morning, when I woke up, I saw the first interview. There's an interview out there with her, and I'm going to teach you guys something on how to read people and how to observe things about people like this, and then how to deal with them. Okay, we're going to use the dice for that. There's an interview with her this morning on one of the American shows here, and then I looked at the interview and I watched it for a little while and I watched what was going on with her. And if you recall, I said when we threw the dice, and I said, look, this is a woman who wants to be punished. What she wants is punishment, and because she's not going to punish herself, well, she does punish herself, but in order to get out of that punishment of herself, she flips to the other side. She flips to the sadist. So she goes from masochist to sadist, okay? And in every masochist, there's a sadist and vice versa, okay? There's just depends on which role they're more comfortable with. So in her case, she goes into the sadist role. She really feels that she needs to be punished. She puts herself in the sadist role. She tries to punish these people, okay, that she's judging, okay? So, and that you're going to find people like this. And the only reason, again, I'm using this is because you will find people like this every day in your life, okay? The masochist, and she goes in the masochist role when she's being interviewed, and I knew she would, because that's the time for her to truly feel punished. Like when she was in jail, I'm sure she was doing the whole, oh my God, and she's crying, because she wants to indulge in it. Okay, now here's the proof of that. She was just on this interview this morning, and I watched her for a few minutes. And what she's doing is she totally proved out the reading, because she said, there was a time when I didn't live for God, when I lived for the devil. Okay, now what she's doing, if you watch her, her eyes are going down here. Okay, now those of you who know hypnosis or know neuro-linguistic programming, you can tell when she's doing that, she's actually going into a trance where she's going back to that time where she was a bad person, and she's reliving it and feeling it and indulging in it. So in other words, she's indulging in the pain and feeling the pain, because that's a feeling context. That's a cue that people who are trained in hypnosis use to determine where a person is, whether they're in a visual place, whether they're in an auditory place, or whether they're in a kinesthetic place where they're feeling. She's actually going back at that moment while she's being interviewed, and she's inflicting the pain on herself, and she's got some tells. She's going into fixation, catalepsy, her face is flushing. There's actually hypnotic tells there. She's going into a trance. So she's launching herself into a pain trance and a pain context. She's feeding on that, okay, which means she really wants to be punished. It's proving out the reading, okay? So we know that, okay? So then when she gets on the other side and she's got people behind her, she goes into the sadist part where she wants to punish others, okay? And so she's real big on giving into social pressure, and you guys have people like this in your life that you'll meet, okay? So this is just a common example we can all use to see, and then you can go, okay, wait a minute, I see this in my life. These people they cave into social pressure. They will jump on a bandwagon very quickly. They don't think for themselves. They want to be punished. But when they're in a position where they can take someone who actually has some leadership ability or a gift or a spark. They will try to dominate that person and become a sadist, okay, which is what she's doing, okay? So she's seeing people that are happy and in love or whatever. She sees a spark in them. She wants to dominate it. She wants to punish them because she believes she needs to be punished. It's fucked, but it's the way the human mind works. So this is what we're going to do, okay? So this is what we're going to come up with a process now. I've got the love die here first, and I'm going to say, this individual, okay, this is how you do this. You look at the person who's having the whatever's going on with you, who's like that, right? Okay, and you go, okay, first thing I want to know is, where is their heart? So where is this woman's heart? Okay, so I got the love oracle here, and I'm going to, where's this woman's heart? Oh, okay, wait, you know what? I rolled the wrong one. Okay, I actually asked that question and came up with a diamond. Okay, so she's on superficial things and or security issues. Okay, so I'm going to remember that. So I misrolled it, but that's okay because that's the answer that came up. So I'm going to remember this. There's security issues coming on. This is about security. So she gets security when she feels punished, when she feels put in the stocks. Like those of you who've ever been on a farm or been around animals, you know sometimes animals like to be in a place where they're enclosed or put in stocks. It makes them feel more secure. She can't give this woman freedom. If she's under stocks or under locks or under someone else's rule, then she feels secure. Okay, so that's where her heart is. She wants someone to enslave her. Okay, that's number one. Okay, so let's ask the love oracle now. Where's her heart? Okay, so she's caught up in the fickleness and the excitement right now of other people paying attention to her, and she's getting the chance to actually have people pay attention, and now she's special where otherwise she would never be special. And if you guys have ever read Anton LaVey said people who run the good person badge, and this is why I get real weird about people who say they're good people. You have to be real careful with people who run around telling everyone they're good people. Anton LaVey once said that, you know, these people who run around with a good person badge, if they didn't have an enemy, there'd be no way in any sense that they could be considered good. Okay, and she uses religion and all these other people to back her up. Again, social proof. That's all it is social proof, and a bandwagon, and doing what other people do. And now she's like high. She's actually high on the. Wait, can you guys see it? It's the love struck heart. So she's sort of love struck with the idea that now she's special when she actually believes she should be punished, but other people are telling her she's good. So it's kind of feeding her own reality challenged fantasy. Okay, see, so you're getting a picture of then when you do this of how the person is going in their mind. It's really important because what they're doing in their mind is going to show you the reality that they're going to create around them. If you step in it because you're not paying attention, you're going to become part of their reality because their reality is going to be stronger. Okay, so and we know that she wants to be enslaved. So that's okay. So she needs to be enslaved. She needs to have others tell her what to do. And this is perfect thing because she's got a whole bunch of people around her now. And it's also telling me that someone is whispering in her ear what to say and how to say it. So she's actually got a handler telling her what to say on top of it. Isn't that nice? Okay, so there's another person who wants to be enslaved, who wants to feed on the fact that she's getting all this attention, and there's another person telling her, well, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to say. So she's actually got handlers. That's kind of fucked. All right, so now we're going to say, okay, so now we're going to use the dice to say, give me a process in which to, so if you got someone in your life like this, and they're doing shit like this, and you need to handle it, okay, like it's in your job, or it's in your family, or it's in whatever, you go, okay, first of all, find out where their heart is. That'll tell you, they'll give you important information to keep in mind. Then say, what's the process I can use to manage this? The reason I like these dice for this is it gives you a clear, simple archetype to work with for each situation. And in each one of these cases, those of you who've read the PDF, you know that each dice is assigned something. Okay, so this is the process you use. You throw them. Okay, got them all. All right. Okay, so I'm going to say the first thing is to recognize that this is about power. Okay? Okay, so the core situation here in this situation, and you can write this process down and apply it yourself and see how it works. Or you can take your dice and throw it and see. The important thing here is to remember it's a spade. This is about power. This is about an individual trying to get power and trying to get power over you. That's the first thing that you have to remember. If you work this situation correctly, you can turn it around and get your own power. Those of you who think that power is bad, remember this: you will never get anything in life or anywhere in life or anything you want if you don't claim your own power. So all of these gurus who tell you that power is bad or that power is not a good thing or that people are evil who have power, then you will forever be ruled by people who do want power. No one is saying that you have to abuse power. However, an individual who seeks power and seeks to come from their own heart, which is the next thing. Okay? The next thing is the environment and the situation and the organ that it comes from and the health of the situation. Means that if you can be in your own heart, be aware of who you are and be aware of your own power. This is the first part. This individual will not be able to touch you in any way, shape, or form. And if you can do this part, you're set. So you have to set the situation by recognizing first that this is about power, and you must remain in your own heart. That means breathe deeply, breathe calmly, remain calm, and be assertive. It's very important to set the stage, otherwise the other pieces will not work. Okay? All right, so then the next thing is we've got the landscape. Okay? The landscape's a star. Okay? So you must remain positive in the situation. One of the 6 mistakes that humans make is trying to profit from crushing another. Now, by remaining positive, I do not mean that you must put on a false mask of hope and false hope and shininess. That's not you. It's very important in these situations to get out of the situation and not become self-centered. Okay, recognize the other person as being self-centered, and it may be as simple as recognizing that. And the positive thing to say was, "Well, look at you go, aren't you? Bless your heart." It might be that simple, or it might be that you have to crush the individual. You may have to positively say, "You know what? You are overstepping some bounds right here. This is not what I'm going to allow you to do, and you can step off right now and get out of the way, but your reality or your anger in this situation or your whatever in this situation does not mean that I have to buy your reality." So it may be as simple as saying, you may think that your reality is all important. You may believe that you are the center of it all, but I don't have to buy that. And it could be very simple, but keep your tone, keep your calmness, okay? Don't become self-centered. Don't buy into their vision. Don't buy into that whole screaming match with them. A calm and assertive individual comes from his heart. It could be as simple as if you've ever watched a dog that's really an alpha be approached by another. I have a border collie. Sometimes when I'm walking her, the chihuahuas in the neighborhood, they're off their leashes, come running up and snapping at her. She just looks at them like, she keeps walking. She doesn't let. I've actually had I once had a huge ass junkyard. I don't know what else to call it. This thing, it was a mutt. It was a junkyard dog. Came out, was barking his head off at her, and he just jumped out of nowhere. She was amazing. She just went and kept walking, and he was like 2 inches from her. She did not let him shake her, and I was like, whoa. And she just went, and she taught me a huge lesson on how someone who's truly a leader and truly comfortable with themselves acts. And she knew she could handle it, whatever it was. Know that you can handle it. Remain positive and confident in yourself, okay? But not self-centered, and don't buy into the barking with them, okay? Recognize that what this person is doing and the reason that you're in the situation, because this is the opportunity here. I'm sorry, this is the outcome. Okay. That's the outcome, and the outcome's the devil, and I'm going to show you what to do with that. This is the opportunity one. The opportunity is the magic lamp, okay? This is an opportunity to create magic and transformation in your life. Recognize it as an opportunity to make magic and transformation in your life. If you can grab hold of your mind and how you react to other people, you can shape your own reality, and this is where it takes work. So this whole thing about enlightenment coming in without you having to manage your own mind, that's BS. If you can't manage a situation like this, if you can't go through a situation like this and go, okay, this is an opportunity for to make magic, there's never going to be enlightenment. Okay, so it's not going to just come in and you're going to shed love on everyone and they're going to transform. It's not the way it works. It never has been. Read all of the ancient texts, Look at all the times humanity has been destroyed and then recreated. It's never happened that way. You have to be in control of your own mind and your own reality for that transformation to take place. So in this case, recognize this is an opportunity to make magic. This is true magic, okay? It is the source of all magic. The devil. This is the tricky part. When you recognize that, can you guys see it? There he is. There's the devil. This is the outcome. The last part of the process is to go, what this person is reflecting to me is something I do not like in myself. How can I modulate or modify this in myself? And then I will no longer get the situations where these people come around. So if this person is trying to dominate you, it's either because you are not showing the your true self and your true sense of power, and it may be there to try to tell you that you are avoiding power because for some reason someone told you to grab your own power is bad. Or you may be denying some part of yourself and maybe feeding on victimhood. Like this woman in this video, she's down there, she's like feeding this pain, she's crying, she's feeding on the sympathy, she's feeding on a victimhood. A sadist will feed for the few minutes it takes to dominate the other person. The victim will feed for the next 12 months when they tell that story over and over and over again about how someone dominated them and how they were, oh my God, I was a poor victim. Think about it. We all have done it in our lives. This may be an opportunity where you recognize that it's no longer right to be a victim. This may be an opportunity where that person's behavior is showing you something about yourself that you do not like in yourself, and it gives you a clue and a cue to start to change that in your life. And that is the outcome. That's the devil. That's the outcome that this can bring. You recognize these pieces, recognize where the person's heart is, recognize what they want, and then go, okay, that's their stuff. Start by recognizing, okay, my power. I need to be in my own heart. I need to be in this place. I need to be here now and know that that's just it. Recognize that I'm going to stay positive in this situation and know that I can make a change in my life and I am in control of the circumstances that are going on up here. And if I can change that and manage those, I can create true magic, the magic lamp, and then recognize that this is showing me something that I do not like about myself. And I have the power to change that. I hope this helped, and that's how you use the dice to create a process. That's how you use the dice to manage someone in your life. That's to help you manage a situation in your life that you're having difficulty with. When you feel yourself in a position where you are a victim or you don't know what to do, you have tools. Start to use them for that. When this divination stuff really comes in handy is when you can really start to use it to manage a situation. Now, those of you who had dice that got from me, I do something to them to make sure that what comes with them is helping you the best you can and it's suited to you. And plus, there's something about the fabric that these dice are made of that will respond to your energy. So know that it will. That's why I keep saying use your intuition and make it personalized as much as you can, however you want to do it. And then use it as the tool it is to help you come up with processes to get through things. That's when divination is really its most powerful and really helps you to make transformation in your life. To just look at what's coming is nice, but there's that wonderful line in King Arthur in the original Excalibur movie where, and this was in the movie, not the story, not the book, not the original story, but in the movie, Merlin says to Arthur, he goes, you know, the future is like that cake you're about to eat, until you've tasted it, what do you really know? And by then it's too late. So I hope this helps, guys, and you guys have a great day, and let me know if there's something specifically you'd like me to do a video on and how to use what process to come up with, and I'll do it and help you guys best I can, okay?